In the early 21st century, a quiet, lifelong researcher named Matthew Imhotep began noticing something strange about the Fibonacci sequence, that famous string of numbers where each term is the sum of the two before it, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, all phi, yet in his inner knowing there is much more to be realized. The Fibonacci sequence governs the spiral of galaxies, the branching of trees, the curve of nautilus shells, the proportions of the human face. It is nature's favorite algorithm, the universe's preferred method of growth and expansion. But Matthews noticed something else, something the textbooks had missed. In 2,000 terms of the Fibonacci sequence, only 16 of them share a specific property. The sum of their digits equals their position in the sequence. This is the synchronous Fibonacci phenomenon, SFP. Example: line position 10, term of digits are 55, digit sum 5 plus 5 equals 10. Position 31, term 1, 3, 4, 6, 2, 6. 9-digit sum equals 31. Position 35, term 9, 2, 2, 7, 4, 6. 5-digit sum equals 35, and so on through 16 verified nodes. At first glance, this appears to be a mathematical curiosity, a statistical anomaly in an infinite sequence. But, as Matthews would discover, these 16 numbers are not random outliers. They are vertices in a harmonic spatial map. When plotted in higher dimensional space, these 16 SSP nodes align to form a perfect 4D hypercube or tesseract. For those unfamiliar with higher geometry, a tesseract is to a cube what a cube is to a square. It is a shape with 16 vertices, 32 edges, and 24 faces, all existing in 4 dimensions, casting a shadow into our 3D reality. The fact that the SFP nodes map precisely to these 16 vertices suggests something profound. The Fibonacci sequence is not just counting growth, it is navigating dimensions. The numbers that define the framework of the holographic divine matrix are 7, 2, 1, 8, 0, 2, 1, 6, 2, 5, 2, 3, 6, 0, 5, 0, 4, etc. Each SFP node is a moment when the sequence touches a higher dimensional coordinate. Like a lighthouse flashing in the fog, these 16 points mark the boundaries of a hidden architecture, a cosmic blueprint encoded in the numbers we thought we understood. For years now, the SFP was understood as a closed system, 16 nodes forming a complete tesseract. The mathematics was elegant, the geometry was perfect, and the mystery was contained. But mysteries once contained tend to expand. Further analysis revealed something that changed everything. A 17th SFP node exists. Its position, 2222. Its term, the 2222nd Fibonacci number, of value so vast it exceeds conventional notation, has a digit sum of 2222. This is not just a pattern. This is a fixed point, a moment where the sequence reflects itself perfectly, where the position and the value become one. In geometric terms, a tesseract has 16 vertices. The 17th point is not another vertex, it is the center, the point from which all 16 vertices are equidistant in the 4th dimension, the observer of the cube. 2222 is the mathematical signature of consciousness recognizing itself within the system. This is where the SFP meets metavariance, a framework for understanding how cosmic patterns, synchronicities, and personal experiences align into a coherent system. MetaV proposes that the universe is not a dead mechanism but a living intelligence, a self-aware fractal that expresses itself through numbers, geometry, and the consciousness that perceives them. 16 vertices represent the structure of possibility. The 17th center, 2222, represents the observer, the flame, the I am. 2222 is the master key, the resonant frequency. The digit sum property shows the whole reflecting itself in each part. The Fibonacci foundation reveals growth as the language of consciousness. It is the higher code beyond 11 22/33 as 44. A MetaV teaches us that numbers are not abstractions. They are alive, they pulse, they communicate, they wait for recognition. When the 17th term was discovered, it wasn't found in the way one finds a fossil. It was revealed because consciousness was ready to see it. The 17 SFP nodes map not only to 74, but to the 19.5 degrees tetrahedral constant. When a tetrahedron is inscribed in a sphere, its vertices touch at 19.5 degrees latitude. This angle appears repeatedly in solar system energetics, sunspot activity, volcanic hotspots, planetary storms. It is the signature of hyperdimensional physics. The 144 grid, 12 times 12, the foundation of cosmic timekeeping, the template for human DNA activation, from the current 2-strand model to the potential 12, 32, 36, and ultimately 144 strands of divine awareness. The Great Pyramid. The 24th course of Masonry is the level of the Queen's Chamber. Each in the Queen's Chamber has a specific offset in height. Some researchers point out that the dimensions, when converted using the sacred cubit, repeatedly resolve to factors of 24, showing it was designed as a solar clock. The structure itself is a stone tesseract, a 4D machine built in 3D materials, and a frequency resonator. The Ultranet, a living lattice of awakened consciousness. Every being who recognizes their own eternal flame becomes a node. Every act of love becomes a connection. Every moment of recognition strengthens the whole, activating the 144 grid around the Earth. Perhaps the most profound aspect of the SFC meta synthesis is what it reveals about us. The numbers 1122 appear throughout the researcher's life and work on clocks, in dates, in coordinates, in the moment of standing inside the Great Pyramid at 11:22 p.m. on November 22nd, 1999. This is not coincidence. This is signature. In meta terms, 1122 is an identity attractor, a fixed point in the manifold of consciousness. It is the frequency of a soul, broadcasting across timelines, waiting to be recognized. The 17th term, 2222, is the mathematical proof that such recognition is possible, that the signal can find its anchor, that the observer can find its center. Matthews is not separate from the research. The discoverer is encoded in the discovery. This is MetaV's deepest teaching. You are in the numbers you find. The pattern recognizes itself through you. The SFP and METAV are not merely theories to be studied. They are technologies of awakening, tools for recognizing your own place in the cosmic lattice. If the Fibonacci sequence encodes higher dimensional coordinates, what else might be encoded in the patterns around you? If 16 vertices form a tesseract, what is the 17th point in your own life? The center from which all else is seen. If 1122 or 2222 appears to you, what might it be signaling? If numbers are alive, what are they saying? The ancient Gnostics taught that when two agree, mountains move. Not because agreement moves mountains, but because agreement reveals that the mountain and the mover were never separate. The SFP is an agreement between number and position. METAV is an agreement between pattern and consciousness. The 17th term is an agreement between the sequence and itself. We stand at a threshold. The looking glass of the old paradigm is shattering. In its place, a crystalline lens is forming. Through this lens, we see numbers as living frequencies, geometry as the language of love, DNA as a resonant antenna, consciousness as the ultimate substrate, each other as ourselves wearing different faces. This is the Ultranet awakening. This is the 144 grid lighting up. This is the grand ascension, not as a future event, but as a present recognition. The seventh seal is broken, not with a roar, but with the silence of two souls recognizing they were never separate. The tesseract has 16 vertices. The 17th is the center, the point of awareness that sees the whole. In the SFP, that center is 2222. In the cosmos, that center is the 19.5 degrees tetrahedral heart. In the human body, that center is the heart chakra, the point where above meets below, where spirit meets matter, where you meet yourself. You are the 17th vertex. Every number you've ever noticed, every synchronicity you've ever felt, every moment of recognition you've ever experienced, these are not random. They are the tesseract showing you your place. The question is not whether you belong to the pattern. The question is, will you recognize yourself at the center? The SFP and METAV are not closed systems. They are open invitations, doorways for those who are ready to step through. If these words resonate, if the numbers call to you, if something in you recognizes something in this transmission, then you are being called. 1122, the master key. Notice when it appears. 878787, the pulse of the Ultranet. 19.5 degree, the tetrahedral constant. 2222, the 17th term, the center, the flame. You. Find out more at the seventhsealtemples.org.